Greetings once again, heroes. Duuz-Diz-Din back again, still slightly under the weather, but chugging on through, as we are one chapter away from 400 once we complete this one. Now previously, we actually got to see something that, while not ultimately necessary in my mind, actually was a nice little treat. The first encounter of Toshinori Yagi and Nana Shimura. And the moment, much like Deku's, that inspired Nana to take on Yagi as the next holder of One for All. It was also revealed that All Might's family was killed when he was younger, so he was essentially an orphan. Again, something that was kind of assumed because he never brought it up, but it's good to have it laid out just to, cross your T's, dot your I's. But we also got to see more of All Might's battle techniques in his Armored Might form. I know it's called Armored All Might, but I don't know, Armored Might just sounds really cool to me. As he uses another special item, Super Acid Injection, Pinky, taking a cue from Ashido's book. He injects All for One with an intense acid that tears him up inside, speeding up the rewind effect on All for One's body. He then uses the remaining parts, Gravity and Ingenium, for enhanced mobility, laughing maniacally all the way, really rustling All for One's jimmies. Have we seen everything that's in All Might's arsenal? Or is there more to come? Join me as I find out, won't you? Alright. My Hero Academia, number 399. Organic Mingling Clusters of Light. It kind of makes it sound like he's gonna bust out one of Aoyama's techniques. Alright, we see multiple blasts ripping through the city. As All Might thinks to himself, these should boost my speed and mobility for tighter turns, of course. He must be getting bored of the one-sided struggle. He uses Tentacoil plus Froppy suction pads. Nice. He is damn near using everyone's ability. He's using Tailman Tail, and then Shoto. Okay, he must have a flamethrower or an ice projector, as he thinks, and then I'll set the trap. Because there's still a few students' abilities he hasn't used yet. All Might thinks to himself, assuming repeated massive damage to that body shortens his lifespan. I know just the quirk that'll get the job done all at once. The problem is the power sword. Playing this by the book won't be all too effective. Lend me a hand. Anima? Really? Koda's ability? Wow, even from Koda. As All Might is desperately looking behind himself, All for One is hovering above him, saying, cackling like a mad fool one minute and scampering and hiding the next. All Might looks up thinking to himself, here he comes. All for One says, your goal here is no mystery to me, and I don't need to waste excess strength to twist that garish grin into an agonizing grimace. He injects his ribbit stab into the surrounding buildings, saying, power server mode is plenty enough for killing you. As multiple spikes come jutting out of the walls surrounding All for One, tearing off some of his armor. All for One says rise as he bursts from between the buildings. But as he does that, giant, freakish mouths come jutting out from the buildings. As All for One as All Might shouts at All for One saying, liar, descend. All for One says, no, I really am conserving my power. And the mouths hungrily chomp at All Might, destroying the buildings in their path to get at him. All for One continues to chase, saying, now where'd that lovely smile go? You're nothing but a bag of bones missing half his guts. An old fool providing hospice care for himself with shoddy simulacrums of children's powers. I had to reread that one word because I'm just like, simulacrum? Really? Okay. God, I've never actually heard that word in anything before. But All for One does love his $20 words. All for One continues to destroy more and more of All Might's support systems, as All Might continues to try to bat away at the black tendrils chasing him, as All for One calls out, smile, you're still on camera. The whole world's watching, remember? They'll see the symbol of peace falling to his doom as the symbol of impotence. See, again, another $20 word. Oh, jeez. He says, their guiding light about to be snuffed out. He says as he just comes bursting out of the wall next to All Might. God, that's so freaky. Comes bursting out of the wall and slams down on All Might. We see the visage is All Might. That skinny visage that you saw that was like cradling the small ember of One for All when he first defeated All for One. Jeez. Oh. Ooh, jeez. All Might shoves one of his cannons right into All for One's mouth. And he also has one of the mechanical tendrils wrap around All for One. As All Might looks at him on the ground saying, you still don't get it, good buddy. Lights tend to flicker on and off, so while my light might be snuffed out, someone's sure to pick up my torch and shine on. And when that radiance meets the darkness, the heck are we cutting over to? Flowers bursting out of the cityscape. Person saying there's no need for light. About 300 meters northeast of Ground Zero, in the Divide and Conquer operation, 32 heroes were tasked with mopping up the villains who weren't warped away. All but one of those heroes were wiped out. Jeez, that's right. I'd honestly forgot about that. And the only person left was Aoyama? Jeez, what the hell? Oh, I didn't realize who that was down there. What that was. It's Fat Gum. Are all of those flowers blooming out of people? Jeez. They're facing off against Kanaide, terrorist escapee, mass murderer, and corpse collector. Kanaide says to Aoyama, for you see, my seedlings require only flesh to thrive. Fat Gum, still breathing, says, the roots dig down all slow light, so my fat absorption can't do a dang thing. Right, he relies on heavy impacts. Fat Gum turns to Aoyama saying, show him what you're made of, Aoyama. Jeez. As the plant growing out of Fat Gum grows more and more massive, Kanaide turns to it saying, I do believe this is the largest flower on record. After just one bloom, the spreading pollen allowed them to propagate like a daisy chain, if you get what I mean. They are veritable extensions of myself via their roots. You've got no hope of escape, traitor, he says or they say, I don't know, as one of their plants hands over Aoyama's, belt device. Kanaide says, without your belt, your power freely leaks out, leaving you unable to aim, and your desperate straining only feeds the plant. Imagine that. Hoping to fit in, you became his pawn and accepted a power that was ill-suited for your physiology. To put it bluntly, you've led a pathetic, shameful life. Aoyama remembers when he first received that belt, how happy his parents were. Aoyama says, hence why I said mercy. Kanaide says, did he really say that? Aoyama says, reminding myself of how shamefully I've lived is what spurred me on to follow in the wake of the light they bring. It's given me the desire to shine from deep down within my core. Aoyama's navel laser starts to light up, and he unleashes a explosion of blasts, most of which seem to miss Kanaide, saying chasing after that which is beyond your sight has led you to an equally shameful death. But before Kanaide can say anything else, we see that Hagakure is lurking behind Kanaide, ready to redirect Aoyama's light blast. It's actually kind of fitting, considering she's the one who discovered that Aoyama was a traitor. Meanwhile, All Might says, let there be light in the darkness, so that I might twinkle as well. And Hagakure says, you took you long enough, hero. And she uses warp refraction, naval laser. Oh, did she absorb all of his blasts? Or just take one and just amplify it? Because she just unleashes a massive blast against Kanaide. Oh, I see. Okay, I wasn't sure what I was seeing before. We see that at a power station, the anima drones were siphoning away from there, as we also see the visage of All Might start to stand up again, and those anima drones go to Hercules, which is floating in the air connecting to it, as All Might calls out, so no, I'm not here to lose, All for One. Know this name as you burn away. And as All for One notices the giant cannon floating above him, All Might calls out, can't stop twinkling as a massive laser blast just descends right on him. Nice. That is a nice bit of synergy right there. See, I don't know what is more impressive, Hercules in general, or the fact that it's managed to literally just incorporate every damn character in Class 1A. Because I had to go back and check. At this rate, I think, yeah, it's about 6 characters left that he hasn't used in his abilities. So at least enough for another chapter or 2. Let's see. Red Riot, Shield, Black Whip Wires, Cellophane Retractable Wires, Charge Bolt, Electricity, Sugarman Leg Thruster, Dark Shadow, Utility Cape, Pinky, Injection Acid, Gravity and Ingenium Thrusters, Tentacle Mechanical Limbs, a Tailman Metal Tail, Froppy Suction, Shoto Cannons, Anima Drones, and I Can't Stop Twinkling Laser Blast. So right now he hasn't used Hagakure, Bakugo, Mineta, Yayorozu, or Jiro's ability. But honestly, you could explain that away. I feel like Jiro's abilities would have been good for him being able to constantly hear where All For One was coming from. The Hercules, you literally could have just called it the Momo vehicle, because it keeps producing stuff for him. Bakugo, you could have just had him have bombs come out at some point. Higakure, you could have had like a cloaking device so he could go invisible. And with Mineta, just some kind of adhesive thing, because time and time again we've seen that Mineta's ability is good for just slowing or stopping people. So honestly, any of those I could see coming out at some point, because that was the one thing that even people who hate on Class 1A have said before, and even we've seen that when they took on Deku, is that altogether they are very capable. When they work as a unit, they are very capable. That's why I've never counted them out, because when they work together, great stuff. And like I've said before, it really takes the thing of My Hero Academia and puts it in a different context, where it's just like, All Might's been learning from the kids he's been teaching. It really goes to show he's really been paying attention. I just love it. It's such an incredible amount of payoff. You know, he couldn't bring the kids all in to fight All For One, but it's almost like the kids are helping him fight All For One. That's kind of cool to me. It's like a little cheesy, but I kind of love it. But hey, let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. Chapter 400 coming up. Time of recording. What are your thoughts? What are your theories? What's going to happen? Will it be the end of All Might? Or the end of One For All For One, I mean. I have to see him at least dish out a few more abilities. Come on, just 6 more to go. 6 more. You've managed to make things work that I never thought were going to work before. If you could pull it off, Horikoshi, just a standing ovation for making all of that just work. But let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. Like, comment, subscribe if you enjoyed the ride. And until next time, I've been Duuz-Diz-Din. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you later. Take care. Bye-bye.